catch up po yung internet. Sasabihan ko na lang po kayo kung halimbawa po may papaulit sa inyo. Kasi medyo hindi cooperative yung ating. Okay. Blessed day, everyone! We are on live this Friday afternoon. I am Janice Delacruz, your trusted wealth coach, author, and speaker. Welcome to my interview series entitled Nanay Knows Best, Inspiring Stories of Empowered Filipina Mothers. Join me for 30 days as I feature and honor mothers who serve their families and their communities with joy, hope, and love. We aim to spread positivity, inspire people to take action, and have faith that we can make it despite this crisis. This is also an advanced celebration for Mother's Day. Our special guest for this live 5th episode of Nanay Knows Best is married for 41 years. She got married in Ethiopia 1 year after she left the Philippines in 1979. They had 2 kids, but unfortunately, their son, the elder one, passed away 10 years ago. They have now Noelle, her daughter, who is 33 years old, and she's a mother herself for 1 boy, RB, who is 9 years old, and Marielle, who is a girl who is 6 years old. So these are the grandkids of our guest. Our guest is very distinguished because she is a well-experienced and international merit awardee humanitarian worker. She worked for United Nations agencies like UNICEF and international NGOs, government, and private institutions. She is retired. She is now retired in the Philippines, but she continues to work and consider this as her payback time by sharing her wealth of experience in the fields of academia at La Salle University and a part-time professor as a host of Nutri Talk in DYVS radio station in Bacolod and a nutrition coach. Wow! Let us all welcome on this show, Nanay Lourdes Ibarra! Yay! Hi, Nanay Lourdes! Greet po kayo sa ating mga viewers.
Hi, Janice. Loving greetings from the City of Smiles, Bacolod.
Yes.
And good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Janice, for this invite to be able to share. I'm actually a video shy person. And this is my first live Facebook interview. And mind you, I'm not even a Facebook frequent visitor. So, daring pa din until this time, huh? So, do I have the disclaimer that I can make mistakes?
Of course. It's not, we're not here for perfection naman po, di ba? We are here to learn and to grow, di ba? So apparently our guest for this afternoon is also a fellow Toastmaster, di ba? Tama po ba? Yes.
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 So, and I think we might have met in one of those meetings. I remember it was in 2017, the last MidCon here in Bacolod.
Yes, I remember that convention. You spoke that in that convention. So thank you very much for saying yes. And later on, she will also discuss, because we have an upcoming book, right? So mamaya,
yes,
tayong i-discuss about that. Anyway, I'd like to ask Nanay Lourdes, what are you grateful for today?
For today, and as always, there's to be for. Beautiful day. Actually, my daughter Marielle woke because I promised I'm going to join her, both of them, for swimming. Don't think it is in a swimming pool that is big and that you can do the lap. It is the portable swimming pool. So she woke me up this morning. So beautiful day. It is. I'm also thankful for the good night's sleep, for the good health of my family, my friends, relatives, and loved ones, and to our kasambahays who are taking care of us every day, despite all these limitations that we are in. But most of all, I'm also very thankful to Almighty God for keeping me and protecting me, because I think I cannot thank Him enough because of all the encounters, life-threatening encounters that I had in my work during my active service as humanitarian worker. By the way, I retired more than 2 years ago. And until now, even if I had car accident in Iraq, which was, I could have died. I had cancer and I'm still recovering from the other one. There are two, not only one. So I would always make a joke to say, no, I'm healthy. I'm good. I'm not sick. May cancer lang. What I'm saying is to be taking this illness positively. And I could say that I don't have any lifestyle diseases, no diabetes, hypertension, a heart problem. And to say that even this time that I have the cancer, all my internal organs, the vital organs are working very well. So probably my mission in this world is not yet finished. So God Almighty has really given me all this protection and keeping me alive so that I can still keep doing my mission. So I'm the person who would not stop until I am not able to do so.
Wow, ang ganda naman nun, 'di ba? Para tayong umaattend ng isang very good na seminar na tipong may life testimony talaga na napaka-inspiring. Thank you very much, Nanay Lourdes. Okay, I'd like to know, Nanay Lourdes, kasi malaki na yung anak mo ngayon, no? 33 years old, tapos may mga apo ka na rin. Can you describe to us, how was your relationship with your daughter before? Paano ka ba maging isang ina? Anong description?
For both of them, my son and my daughter, both of them are like my friends, very close friends that I know that I could talk to them on anything under the sun, and they give me all the inspirations that I need. In fact, the separation or working abroad is never easy because we are separated. But my husband willingly volunteered to stay with them. When we came home, when we decided to bring home the kids for them to continue studying here in the Philippines, and I continue with my work as humanitarian worker. The first country where I went was Iraq, which is not family duty station. Of course, both of them, as you said, were born in Ethiopia. We were in Ethiopia for 13 years. So you can imagine what old or how old are they when we left Ethiopia. And we left Ethiopia after the coup, when there was the takeover of the old government. And I was based in Micronesia, and we were all together until that's 5 years in Micronesia. And then I was offered by UNICEF to go to Iraq. And of course, this moment is kind of not easy to decide because we will be separated for the first time. But then also we had a roundtable discussion. Can you imagine? Roundtable discussion with the family, and both our kids were included in that decision making. I have explained what we're going to miss and what are we going to gain. Of course, the two of them argued that, okay, it is very dangerous for Nanay to go to Iraq. But the other one said, oh no, it is her career. So let us discuss on how are we going to handle this. Because I said, yes, we are going to give up something when I go to Iraq, because we'll be separated, but we also gain something. Of course, as we all know, working abroad and with the United Nations, it has something to do with the economic gain. I'm sure you would agree with me on that. But again, I said, we can give you your needs, but probably your wants, we cannot. So if I don't go to Iraq. So one of the thing that we agreed is that, okay, we're going to go. We all agreed, but I also made it clear that when I leave or when I'm away, it will be more of a remote control affair, remote control management of the family. So my husband is hands-on, and he is my daughter calls him the father of 5 in 1 because he can do anything and everything that you think he he could do at home.
Yeah.
May it be farming, agriculture. By the way, he is an agriculture graduate and resigned from his job in Micronesia to stay with the kids here in the Philippines. So it's more of the relationship with the kids, especially with my daughter after my son passed away. It's been very very good. I think there's nothing more a mother could ask for when your kid or your daughter tells you, Nanay, I want to be like you.
Wow.
And that is because she was also involved in my work. They have seen the difficult times in Ethiopia, the poverty and all that, but because they were part of the part of the activities, I show them where I work and what we do. So in Micronesia, I even used her as the baby in the radio spots that we develop for nutrition. So we are best of friends. She is my confidante, and while she is working, I stepped in to be the overseer of the kids here at home. We live in the same compound, so it is easier for me to oversee the growing up of the kids.
So now, Nanay Lourdes, you're like a second mom because you're taking care of your apos.
Yes, I'm the second mom, and what they call me the principal. because whenever they have the lesson in the afternoon, they do their lessons, school lessons. In the morning, they can do any activities that they want to do, but in the afternoon, they also do their lessons. And we have one of our kasambahay, who helps in that activities, and then I do the checking. So these are
Nanay Lourdes, when did you came back to the Philippines? When did you retire?
I retired late 2016.
Okay. So medyo
and that is after almost 4 decades of working in different countries, that too in many war-torn countries, in emergency, and also the development program. So I've been to Iraq, Afghanistan, South Sudan. In Kenya, I was in the biggest refugee camp in the world, the Dab in Kenya. And just to imagine feeding almost 500,000 refugees, it was not easy. There are a lot of challenges and things, and despite I managed. I was in Afghanistan dealing with Taliban.
Wow.
I managed to make a breakthrough that World Food Program was allowed to deliver food in the western part of the country where we were not able to deliver. So I would say even the Taliban have soft hearts and they are concerned.
So currently po, ano po yung Nanay, I'm interested to know po, how was the period of adjustment niyo po? Being na you were used to be outside the Philippines and then suddenly you going to be with your family. I'm sure there's some kind of adjustment to that. Can you share to us?
Oh yes, very difficult adjustment. But what I did is instead of stopping abruptly in what I'm doing, I established a nutrition hub where we have the cases, nutrition related cases. I do the counseling, also meal planning for those who have diabetes, hypertension, those who want to lose weight, and meal planning, what they need to eat, and also talk about the exercise, water, of course, lack of the stress management, and good sleep. I mean, nutrition is not a magic bullet. We have to make sure that we are also getting enough sleep and have enough rest and exercise. But of course, I would always say, drink your water, drink your water. Even here at home, it is the importance of water cannot be emphasized. As we said, water is life.
Yes.
So that also is something that I try to promote. So that made me busy. I also took a part-time professor job at La Salle, where I'm teaching. Now we don't have classes, but I am teaching program management, project management, gender and development, and the human rights, international law, and the role of United Nations. So in these 3 courses, I also try to reach the community directly or indirectly. Of course, it is through my students, and the students also get so thrilled going to the field, be with the community, the grassroots level, and do the implementation of what they reach or what they learn in class. So that made me busy. And when I felt like there's something more that I can do. I was offered to volunteer in DYBS, where I'm doing a NutriTalk session once a week. And this is talking about nutrition and also the meal plans. And this time around, I do more of what COVID's impact to our life.
Yeah.
How are we going to avoid fear? And how are we going to help others so that they don't get fear, they don't panic, and also to look at how are we going to help others through counseling. And also I believe that through this radio program I can reach the community, because now everybody is just at home.
Yes.
So it is something that but when I felt that I think I'm looking forward to weekends, I think I'm ready to retire. So I closed my nutrition hub and I said, yes, I'm just going to do it at home. Those regular customers and clients who are still wanting to continue, we do it here. But again, that is strictly by appointment. So I still continue with that. And now I know that I can retire, or even if I say I'm retired, I'm not yet tired.
Yeah.
I still want to continue and serve the community.
Wow, ang ganda nung sinabi nun ni Nanay Lourdes, no? Even if she's retired, she's not tired. I mean, she continuously gives to the community in whatever way she can. Na? Sobrang nakaka-inspire naman yun. Okay. Can you cite, Nanay Lourdes, any instance po na you have shown nanay, yung sinasabing mother knows best or mother's instinct?
Okay. Yeah, mothers knows best. That is what everybody's saying, or that is a motto. In reality, yes, it is. Mothers knows best if you're able to guide the kids to guide them to be an asset to the community rather than liability, to mold them and bring them up properly. Also, if you are able to guide them to make decisions rather than you making decisions for them, I think that's one of the that you know your kids better, because even if I had only two, they have different personality, and it's all it's true to any family. Different children, even the twins, they have different personalities. So I believe that if we are able to hone their talents, develop their skills, and also to discover their potentials for their own benefits and advantage, then we can say mother knows best, because we are not in the dictator kind of family. So mother is best when you are able to do that.
Pero yung mga anak mo naman, they listen, kumbaga sa ano naman, they listen to your advices.
Yes, in the family we have house rules, especially when they were still young. They're still in the school. We have the house rules, and that also is looking at how do we deal with that. How do they follow the house rules? The house rules is such that if they don't follow the house rules, if there's any breach of the house rules, there is the corresponding disciplinary action. But don't worry so much about it. I don't beat them. It's more of giving them the lesson. I remember the first time I beat my son with belt. because he did something naughty. I beat him, but I think I cried first before he did. And it's because it really pains me to see the kids in pain. And so from that time, I said, no, I'm not going to do it. And it's also, as an advocate for Convention on the Rights of the Child, I know that the physical harm is not necessary. Although in our culture, our kid, I was brought up that my father will wake us up in the morning using the stick. Wake up. And for me, it is something that I learned not to do because it is not helpful. And children of these days, it is no more the type of discipline that we were used to that we can impose to the kids.
Pakita pala natin, Nanay Lourdes, yung family mo. So, ito yung dalawa mong anak, right? No mga younger years nila. Mm-hmm. And then, ito yung isa mong apo with your daughter. And then, ito na kayo as a family. Na parang may sports fest kayo yatang ina-attendan nito, no? Sa school ba to?
It is a fun run by the kids. And actually, they're saying, okay, Lola, you have to join us. So I said, okay, as long as it is not too long a walk, then I would join. So I joined them, and my daughter and my husband were also there because our grandson also participated in that fun run. So it was good, part of the bonding of the family as well.
Wow. So right now, Nanay Lourdes, that we are in the lockdown situation, how do you take care of your family? Do you have any tips of how to parang go about with the routine? Kasi diba, nasa bahay lang eh. So can you give us some tips?
Okay, talking about routine, I think you just have to continue with your routine, with your exercise, the sleeping routine, the food, the meal time, and also the other things that you do as routine. But there is addition to that now, because many cases or many of us are staying at home. There is the advantage. I always look at it as an advantage. So we say, thank you, COVID-19, because we have time to bond closer, especially during mealtime. Yeah. Lunch and dinner is our bonding during mealtime. Breakfast, it's kind of loose because everybody, each one of us take breakfast. Me, I take only my shake at breakfast, and the kids and my daughter and my husband do it at their own time because we are on vacation or staycation, so to say. I joined them for swimming. Then sometimes we pretend like we are going for a picnic. We just take out the table outside in the garden and eat there and pretend that we are somewhere else. Yeah. Like we're in a beautiful place and pretend that we are picnicking. Then we make also its meal time or the bonding like a bit. It's like a joke. Like, for example, this time we were supposed to be in Korea, but because of the lockdown, we traveled as a family. We traveled internationally whenever the time and the schedule allows, but we also travel locally. So more of it is the the traveling, because you can be more bonded when we are out from the house and see also other places. So we do that. We travel. Then, as far as I'm concerned, because during the rest of the day, each one of us do our own activities. My daughter gets into her home from work and work from home. So she goes to her room, does her work, and I go to my room, do my book. I have been thinking of writing my life story or my book, and it's been delayed and delayed. But this time, I I have enough time to do it, and that is after our book for mothers, which I'm going to talk about
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
So I do that, and I rarely watch movie, but this time just to divert the attention of, instead of just watching the news about COVID,
Hmm.
I divert the attention by watching a movie. I sleep more this time than ever before.
Ilang hours pang sleep?
So
How many hours are your sleep?
I make sure that I get sleep from 7 to 8 hours. There are times that I get 9 hours sleep, whereas when I was working, I take 3 hours, 4 hours, not more than 5 hours during the during that period.
Yeah.
But I'm happy that also I can do that, and especially with my in my case, I say stay healthy. And how are we doing? But how are we doing that? It is by staying at home, do some work of detoxing, partial detoxing,
Mm-hmm.
water therapy,
Correct.
and other type of detoxing at home, and also to coach some people who may be already in panic or who are already scared or frightened. So before I know it, the day is already over.
May isang
So that's
Nanay Lourdes, thank you for those tips that you've given me. But I'm interested to know, can you share us one tip na how to overcome yung anxiety? Yung, syempre, it's very evident that some people are in panic attack, anxiety. What is the best thing that they can do to counter it?
my suggest my suggestion is not to watch TV or the news about COVID, seeing that no listening to how many people died, how many have recovered, and all these updates that you hear every minute. By the time you turn on the TV, that's what you hear. It is good to know what is happening, but we should not be soaked in in listening to the news the whole day, because it will just create fear. So if you watch TV or the news in the morning or in the afternoon, if there are new updates, then that's it. But not the whole day, because it will just create anxiety. It will just create fear. And of course, follow the directives, the health protocols. Staying at home, it is safer to be at home. If you want to help, donate. Do something that the our frontliners and also the other people who need help can do. This distancing, I was saying that, okay, even swimming, we kind of laugh because you have the distancing on that. But for those people who have family members who are in self-isolation or in self-quarantine, it is very important that they are isolated. They are in a separate room, if there is a separate room, and give them the food without any touching, without any hugging, and without even talking to them. Make sure that all the frequently touched surfaces is disinfected. Kailangan talaga ma-disinfect natin yan, because it is already proven that the surfaces that we frequently touch, especially if the patient or if the member of the family who has COVID or diagnosed COVID positive, they have to be disinfected. So the best thing to do is to isolate them. It is only for for 14 days. And unless we do that, we will prolong the quarantine, the community quarantine, or the lockdown. So we need cooperation of everybody to do that. Let us just prevent hugging and also touching, because it is, as I said, if you love your family members, if you love your friend, don't touch them.
So ngayon, ang uso
Stay
ngayon,
away.
hug yourself muna.
Yes, yes. Hug yourself and just
Yourself muna.
kiss.
Kung gusto mong mag-kiss, flying kiss na lang muna.
Yes, yes.
Diba?
That is very very true, because we can show love not by hugging, not by touching, but going away from them.
Yes. Thank you for those practical tips, Nanay Lourdes. I'm sure our viewers are soaking it in, no? Nako-consume nila to, and realizing the importance talaga of following kung ano yung advice ng mga health workers and sa ating government. Okay? So medyo na tayo. We are nearing the end of our show, Nanay Lourdes.
Already?
If there is one thing na parang you could have done differently as a mom, ano kaya yun? Is there any?
I couldn't think of anything that I would do differently, but I will continue. If I have to repeat, I will continue what I have been doing as a mother, not only to my kids, but to my colleagues, to my staff, who are calling me either Manang, Tita. I'm telling my friends and my Toastmaster friends that, okay, I'm the Tita of Bacolod. I'm called Ninang, Nanay, moms, and that is everywhere, wherever I go. It is good to be a mother, even with there is no biological attachment, but to be a mother to everybody who need to be mothered or to be mentored. So even in management, I tell them I manage like a mother.
Nice. So do you have any advice sa mga struggling mothers out there? Especially yung mga moms na they're used to working, tapos all of a sudden, they're confined sa bahay and they have to take care of their kids.
The best thing that I could say is make the most of being at home. You can make it enjoyable, you can make it productive. And there are times that, you know, when we are working, we don't get time to talk to our kids. We don't get time to even see them. Sometimes you leave in the morning, early morning, and then come back in the evening, especially I think in Manila, where the traffic is just horrible. I tell you, when the kids, when the parents come home, the kids are already sleeping. So this is the time that you have to make the best use of being there, talk to your kids, get to know them better in case you are not yet in there. And even if you are, it is good to give them, to have very good open communication with the kids, because you have, or you can create a very good foundation. As I said, I have been out of the country, coming home probably every 3 months or every 6 months. But the advantage is that we have, and I claim that we have very good foundation. Our communication, despite the distance, it is very important. So I don't, for both of my kids, they are good friends, best of friends, and that's why it's not been difficult for all of us, not only for me as a mother, but also for my daughter and my husband, to lose our son. The most painful and the most challenging, I must say, is to lose my son. It took me a while before I was able to get over it. I will not be able to overcome, but getting over is something that I'm trying to do. There are times that for several years kind of I kind of deny that it happened. I couldn't look at the video or the photos of the funeral.
Ano po ba nangyari nga pala
And
sa anak nyo?
he had pneumonia,
Pneumonia.
and there was complication of enlargement of the heart, which we did not know until the autopsy. So when it happened, I was in Kenya. My daughter was in Laos. My husband was in Bacolod, and my son is in Manila. We were in 4 places. And when it happened, none of us were with him because he was already working in Manila. I talked to him 3 days earlier, and it was really very shocking and tragic for me to get the news. And there are times that to help myself, I try to be in denial. Sometimes when I come home, I even buy pasalubong sa kanya because I don't want or I cannot accept that that has happened. The most difficult for a mother, and I'm sure any mother would say the most difficult or tragic for any mother is to bury her own son. And I couldn't talk about it until until recent, and even then I get emotional, and I don't want to be emotional at this point because I think we need to help others who need mental help.
Yeah.
In this time of emergency or this time of COVID,
But
because yes,
I'm
you
sure
get anxiety.
Nanay Lourdes, I'm sure there are some people also who are grieving at this point. I'm sure they can also relate to that na syempre yung process of grieving, especially that I know right now, there's hindi pwedeng magburol, di ba? Pag namatay ka,
Yeah.
kailangan diretso cremation, di ba? Hindi nga pwede ding ilibing. So parang ano pa yung pwede mong i-share sa ating mga viewers na nag-undergo nung ganyang grieving process, how they can overcome it and really surpass yung very challenging situation na yan.
Yeah, it is not easy, and to lose a family member is the most painful, I must say. But for those who are in this situation, those who have lost family, relatives, friends, keep up that strong faith. Do not engage on situation or do not talk to people who are more nervous or more panicking than you are. So you try to manage your stress, grief. If you have to talk to counselor, please try to do that. Especially if you have the access to professional psychiatrists, which I also have gone through, but maybe not enough. You have to grieve, because if you don't, it's going to be taking toll on your health. And one of the contributory factor of my cancer is not because of nutrition. It's because I did not grieve enough, because after the burial, went back to work because I said, okay, it is not going to be easy because I would see all the memories that he had left us. My daughter also went back to her work in Laos brought my husband with me to Kenya to be healed or to recover. But it is not easy. This time we cannot even go. We cannot even go out of the house. So it is more painful. So I suggest that you try to grieve. If you cry, you cry. If you have to shout, you shout. Just get it out of your system. I tried to subdue it myself, but it is not helpful. And I'm telling you, you have to do it so that you can help yourself. You can help the members for the benefit of the family, the other children, or the relatives that are depending on you. Let it out. Do not keep it just to your heart, because it might create heart problem. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So it's better to talk about, and the more you talk about it, the more you will be relieved. You
Yeah.
have to grieve.
Speaking from experience, si Nanay Lourdes was so generous enough to share to us yung process of grieving. And to those who are grieving right now because of a loss of a loved one, we will pray for you. We will pray for you that you will eventually be able to heal yourself completely in God's perfect time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
And keep that strong faith
yes.
that God is there. You are not alone. There are many people who are in the same situation, probably worse than where you are.
Yes. Okay, Nanay. What is that one life lesson that you want your children or your mga apo? Apo na kasi ngayon, no? Ang you want them to remember from you?
Lessons, values. I would say fight for what you believe in, and this is what I have been telling my kids too. Do what is right. As long as you don't step on anybody's toes, you have to do what you think is right. Respect their culture, views, opinion, as you want them to respect yours. Because we have the golden rule: done to others, done to you. So, and it is really very true, especially if you are in association with different culture or with different neighbors, even with your office mates or in the community. We all have our own opinion, our own views, and we have to make sure to respect. Also, be grateful to what you have, your family. Be grateful to your skills. Value your skills, your good health, the friends, your support system, your relatives, and also be generous. If there's something that you can share, no matter how small or how little it is, try to share, because there are many people out there who might be less fortunate than us. So try to share whatever you can share, especially during this time of emergency. I call it emergency, others call it a war, but it's we are talking about the same context. That's where we are in it. It's just the way we deal with it, or the way we handle it, but we are all affected. So hang in there. It's almost over.
Yeah. So you just have to continue living our lives. Kasi I notice some people they stop living, di ba, for a while. Parang relax lang muna and all. And then we don't know kasi then how long this will take. So probably one thing that we can do is really adapt to the situation and continue living. How can we contribute to the community that we are in, right? So thank you very much, Nanay Lourdes, for sharing your life story with us. I feel so blessed. Yon, I picked up dun sa mga sinabi mo kanina, 3 Gs: God, gratitude, and generosity. So very important talaga yung mga life lessons na yan. And I'm sure our viewers are able to pick up some 1 or 2 na pwede nilang i-apply sa kanilang buhay. Okay, now let's take this opportunity for you to promote any of your business or advocacy or even your upcoming book.
Thank you very much for that, Janice. And I think to all mothers out there, mama, nanay, moms, I'm sure and I believe that you know best. But you also want to give the best for your kids and for your family. So think nutrition. Nutrition is one of the best gift that you can give your children. Nutrition starts from -9. -9, that means during pregnancy. So take care of yourself, moms, so that your baby will be healthy. It is very important during pregnancy, during breastfeeding, the different stages of your children's life. The healthier you are, the healthier your kids would be. And I tell you, even if you have the most riskiest or the worst disease, that is cancer, and take it from me, nutrition is still your best shield. So let be your best gift. And if you need more information on that, you can message me. And the last but not the least, Janice, my co-author to the book for moms. Our upcoming book for moms would be, hopefully, will be ready before the Mother's Day. But with this COVID, again, COVID is the excuse, but it is really true that there might be some delay in the launching of the printing and the launching. So we're still waiting for that. And this book is something that you would really enjoy because it will also give you some stories, sweet stories or memorable experience of more than, I think we are more than 40
plus, yeah,
authors, including the bestseller Shiana Sino and also
Brother Bo
Sanchez.
Yeah.
Brother Bo Sanchez. So watch out for that, and we will let you know when it is ready. Yeah. For now, I wish you very, very, very healthy life. Stay healthy, mentally, physically, spiritually. Do not get discouraged. You are not alone. We are in this together.
Wow, very nice. Wow, napasarap tayo ng kwentuhan. Parang inabot yata tayo ng 1 oras. Pero okay lang, di ba? Because we learned a lot from a very inspiring mother like Nanay Lourdes. And I'm sure all our viewers out there will be taking some nuggets of wisdom from her. Right? Okay. Maraming salamat, Nanay Lourdes. There you have it, friends. You have heard the wonderful story of Nanay Lourdes and her family. Join us again tomorrow for our next episode of Nanay Knows Best. Stay safe and healthy, everyone. God bless. Bye-bye.